For our Ag Weekly segment, we head over to the Cornell Cooperative Extension of St. Lawrence County.
Emily Griffin attended the spring break program for 4-H students.
Every spring brings new life, especially on the farm. And with this new life is the opportunity to learn.
Anyone have a guess on how old they are?
Cornell Cooperative Extension of St. Lawrence County has a learning farm complete with goats, sheep, ducklings, chicks, and calves. All week, these kids are learning the ins and outs of caring for them.
They can kind of get a foundation and understand the essence of farms and why it is so important, and something that they can be involved in, especially if they don't have their own farm. It is still something that they can participate in and learn about.
Learning about the chicks starts with egg anatomy, no matter how gooey.
You want to know about them. If you don't know about them, you don't know what to do with chickens.
And learning about cows includes delivering their morning milk.
She looks so cute! It's really close.
William McBroom knows the calves will eventually return the favor.
Cows do supply milk that gives you some of your favorite foods, like ice cream.
Although they're still learning during their spring break from school, the kids say it's worth it.
Because I get to be active and I get to be with animals.
For their first steps, first cheeps, first flights, and everything in between.
In Canton, Emily Griffin, 7 News.